stuff because I don't know what this world is. Because I've got a sipper. Yeah. 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 God, I'm fired up. Yeah. I'm fired up for no good reason. I just made a decision to be fired up. My computer slept. My computer is not fired up. I must fire it up. Like, man. Already a problem. Like, no way, dude. For real? Serious? What a filth. What's this? Strange. Don't you dare. That mini player. Yeah, that's fine. I just want the chat. Is there any way that I could just get the chat, man? Because I'll be honest, I don't give a goddamn about this shit. There we go. Pop the chat out. That's all I want. Yeah, cool. Okay, that worked out. It only took me like 2 weeks of doing this to realize that I could pop the chat out of this thing. Okay, hello everybody. Yeah. Make a choice in your life. Not make a choice on what you love and what you hate. Make a choice. Let love into your heart and just say yes, okay? That's it. Just say it. And then just do it, man. And who cares? Just work hard and just do it, okay? I don't even know what I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm talking about. That was bizarre. Anyway. Yeah. We're here. We're playing Death Stranding. It's a video game about delivering packages. Everybody's dead. Everybody's trying to keep living. They just don't know if they should keep living or not. This music is pumping way too hard. Let's do that. There we go. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful business. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. Pulling my shirt. This is a Body Void shirt because that band rips. Those dudes rule. I was in a band with two of the dudes. It was called The Tone. It was a lot of fun. Kind of. But yeah, Body Void's good. Go check them out. I'm wearing a Cerebral Rot hat that I love. I'm not wearing any Skeleton Trash Bag gear because I just don't feel like repping me old brand, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of people in the bag. I'm the one who's unafraid to show his face because I just don't care anymore. So yeah, there's that. Oh, I got a sick white backpack that I just customized. And quite frankly, I see a lot of medals. I got, look at, drop cargo delivered. Yeah, all this stuff. I love it. I'm getting likes left and right. Listen, I want ceramics because I need to build the roads. All I care about are the roads right now. Do I have an order? I probably have an order. Let's see what my orders are. Because we popped out after building the road. No orders, which means I was looking for ceramics just to connect the roads that you see here. So when I come up, oh, there's the ceramics. So that, like, we got these mules and they're scanning constantly, and like they're all like, they have assault rifles now and they're getting better at what they do. So it's time for me to get better at what I do, and the way that I get better at what I do is I build roads, because roads are what make the world go round. All roads lead to Rome. That's how you conquer the world. You build roads. You provide people with pathways of freedom to move about them in a free fashion and to decide their destiny and somehow figure out how to monetize their freedom. That's how you rule the world. Oh, me talking about freedom has already alienated somebody from viewing. So, okay, man, you be a prisoner for the rest of your life. I don't care. Because On the Skeleton Trash Bag stupid fun un-idiot hour, we just be idiots for hours. That's what we do, okay? That's what we do. That's what we do. It's why we do, it's how we do. So get used to it, chump. Just gonna get in here, just rip. Just build the road. God, build this road. I feel I'm the Martin Luther King of Death Stranding roads, okay? I decree. Let freedom reign, free at last, let freedom reign, freedom reign. That's how that speech goes, right? Add those too. Yeah, all the crystals. All the crystals. Shove them in there. Of course, I need ceramics like I need air. If that means I have to storm a mule camp, by God, so be it. Oh yeah, this dude built the bridge. That's like precisely the bridge to build. Oh, I guess he just followed the road too. All right, let's provide all the metals, because I have so many metals, and that's all you use them for, just roads. So this is what I do. Just get in here and build roads. You know what would be sweet for Twitch to do is to provide the ability to have like a live discussion while playing video games. I guess I could do that through Discord. But the thing is that nobody watches this anyways, other than people that I know. Well, maybe not. That's not totally true. Anyway, that'd be cool to just bullcrap with some folks. You know? Do it. I'm Johnny Appleseed here, alright? I'm building roads because where we're going, we need roads, alright? We're not Emmett Doc Brown. Because we're not trying to save the clock tower. We are building roads to get groovy. Because we love building roads. Oh, they tricked me, man. I didn't even have to go that way when I crash landed into a mule camp. Maybe say, oh. Hi, baby. Oh, that's a big boy right there. Get back in the car. I think we're gonna go to the craftsman. And we're gonna get some ceramics. We're gonna get so many ceramics that we're just bursting with ceramics. That's the idea. What is going on with these crystals? They're everywhere. There's some right there. I think I can, like, these crystals are so large that I can see them while running, which you usually can't do. So, hop in the old van wagon. Hop in the old van wagon. Rip van wagon. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Wait. So what do we got? Okay. Metals we got, again, ceramics. We need ceramics ridiculously so. Ceramics are what make the world go round. Hop. Man, yesterday, me and the old wife, we watched Ninja Scroll, because I haven't watched Ninja Scroll in probably a decade. It holds a very special place in my heart, because I think it feels like it was like the first DVD that I bought as like a consenting teenager or something. I like bought it from like a media play, and I think I did it on a whim because it was like $10, cheap DVD, and I was like, oh, this looks awesome. And it was also put out by the manga company, So I knew I was kind of in good hands. And what my eyes beheld when I started that thing, just, they floored me. Like, I watch it now and it's like, yeah, the story, the whole thing, it's really funny if you've ever seen Ninja Scroll, because it's not like a strong subtext driven piece of art. Like, it's just, of course it's raining. It's always raining over here. There's gonna be ghosties. Yeah, it's not like a narrative. It's got a story. It's got a plot. It's like 5 plots in one. It's very evocative of like Sonny Chiba samurai movies. There was a couple here in like Legend of the 8 Samurai and stuff. Not 7 Samurai, 8 Samurai. But it's got all the hallmarks. But it's essentially just like a fetch quest with a love story, which means this dude somehow gets roped into working with this old guy and the last of the Koga Ninja to find out what's going on, but really just like beat boss enemies. It's like a video game. Like, there's a new demon, there's 8 demons at the Kimon Gate, and he just has to beat them all. And once he does that, he wins and gets to take his vengeance on a dude that had previously forced him to kill his friends. Yeah, that's kind of it. But it's amazing, and it's got a real hold over my heart because it's brutal. Like, yeah, there's rape, there's baby deaths, there's like gruesome violence, there's blood drinking, there's like electrocution, there's drowning, there's dismemberment. I mean, even thinking about it, like, for some reason I don't think about it as very violent, but like watching it with somebody who has never seen it before and who's not like used to that sort of thing, and they were just like, why did you think I was gonna like that? And I was like, you know what? I don't know why. I just assumed that everybody loves being like shock thrilled in a heinous way. Like, I shouldn't like that, but I do. I do like it. I do like it a lot. Oh, there's my goat, my Joker truck. Dude, 3-wheel motion, unstoppable. Stretch me old nads, he said. Man, okay. Get your Ducati out of here. Get your freaking Ducati. Oh, yeah, share this. We got it. Oh, dead man.
Would you look at this?
Well, what is it, fat man?
Thank you for your contribution.
We got it. Fertilizer, got it. Bridge link. We built Night City on fear and greed.
Deploying.
Deploy the bot, dude. I have more bot stuff. Oh, I've got a...
Deploying autonomous delivery bot.
Oh, autonomous deliver bot. No. First, we're claiming materials. So we're claiming all the crystals, all 9. Dude, you are killing me with the ceramics here. All I want is ceramics. This is all I yearn for. Oh, there's just so many of them. I may as well load them on the truck. Am I gonna have to go like check? What is it? Some new thing? What do I got new? No, I already did those. I'm not doing them again. That's so far away. Let's see what's in the share locker. Let's take some ceramics if we can. Nope. Dude. For real? Load them on the vehicle. Oh, I love whoever dropped those ceramics off. I love you. Because, yeah, dude. Load onto the vehicle. Yes. My word. Awesome. Just totally cool, man. I mean, it's not as much as I need, but that was sick. Oh, did I like throw anything in, like, let me donate some weapons or something. So many medals. I love metal, what can I say? Non-lethal assault rifle. Dude, I need that because those guys are. I run light. I can't really donate. I run light. The only time I can give is when I. Yeah, these grenades. I should just donate all these grenades. Is what I should do. Can I? No, I can't. Okay. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, baby, we're gonna build these roads. I love building roads. God, I get charged. I get a charge from the road building. The charge is hot. But I still need more ceramics. So let me actually check my business here and see who's, in the words of all drug people, who's holding. That dude's got 2,740 ceramics. You better believe I'm coming for you, dude. And I want my ceramics. Guy parks his Ducati, like, right in front of the building. Just parking it. Look at that. Guy's like, oh, I have a Ducati. Like, that guy definitely has a Ducati in real life. If you're joining us in the Twitch or the YouTube, feel free to say hi. Because the only reason that I really do this is to hang out with people. Like, don't be afraid. I mean, I might look like an idiot jerk caveman, but I'm just some schmuck who's willing to hang out, I guess. Deliver junk packs. Medical supplies. Dude, this old guy is like the most needy dude. Like, I think it's a bit ageist, and somebody goes, it's real life. I'm like, yeah, I guess, but also, no. Also like both, because I'm taking them to the dude, and I'm going to exchange my delivery for the ceramics. I will take the ceramics, and then I will build the roads, and then we will be living large as a species in the beautiful, perfect world. Load all. I do not want to load all onto the Ducati. No, thank you. Any motorcycle that I see that is red, I just immediately just say it is a Ducati. That's not really the case because Honda also has, like, their official color is red. But, you know, whatever. Oh, yeah, let's rip, y'all. We hitting it. We go into the engineer, and he's going to scream and cry because we've got the things that he's looking for. I'm in my UPS truck. It's peak season. I was in the warehouse hub all day, humping freight, as it were. See, Okay, there's like a little something I guess I want to talk about when it comes to that phrase "humping freight." Like, I think it's like the first or second broadcast I did of this, I like explained the concept of humping freight. But before I do that, I feel like the Kojima dude, the guy responsible for making this game, went to great lengths to just kind of, I don't know, research the subject matter, which in this case is couriers, right? Like, I've seen dudes in Japan, a country that has a massively efficient logistical system for many different like postal providers. Like, I've seen dudes like with packages velcroed to their shoulders and legs and stuff, you know, evenly distributing the weight. It's really cool to see. So, you know, you can't just stop there. I don't think Guy did, because like everything from the Amazon look of the warehouses that you go to where you drop stuff off. I mean, the guy just he did his research. But he must have done them in non-American places, which is fine. But you can tell because there's a phenomenon that occurs. Like, and I'm going to compare Death Stranding to Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards. Not in content, but in the perceptible level of research and basically care that goes into, you know, fully organizing yourself around the available information, right? To kind of, you write what you know, right? So the only way to be able to write something sincerely and well is if you know it. And knowing it means, yeah, I mean, basically dealing with a manure load of minutia. A manure load of minutia. So the only reason I have a suspicion that Tarantino is not only a master in name and reference is that while watching Inglourious Bastards, there are like 4 jokes about language. There are many jokes about language, actually. Most of them where Americans are the butt of the joke, where it's like, case in point, Bridget von Hammersmark in the vet getting a bullet taken out of her gam says, "Is there any language you Americans know other than English?" And it's like, yeah, nobody wants to like learn language because they, quite frankly, don't want to engage with the rest of the world. Like, our isolationist pioneer mentality is kind of poisoning us when we stopped being a republic and went into an empire. Like, we kind of messed up. Like, for example, we messed up. I say this not as a point of like hatred or anything like that, but you look at like European dudes, right? Like, everybody knows like another language. Like, UK guys, like, they don't care that they know a language, but it's like every guy that I've met from Wales or Ireland or London or whatever, like, they kind of have a firm grasp of another language. Like, maybe they're not fluent, but they're like aware, and they're just like, oh, we've got neighbors, you know, like they're aware of it. So there's a joke made in Inglourious Bastards about this, right? So getting back to my point about the way that the dude is like organized himself around this information is that like Quentin Tarantino obviously doesn't speak German, or he's never spoke it in any interview or anything like that. Like, but he's writing a script, and the German that they use in it is what you would call Hochdeutsch, High German, which is what they spoke in that time. It's not like some sort of snooty aristocratic German. It's just proper. You know, there's not a lot of slang. Like, the sentence structure is really simple, and it's basically the German that I was taught, that I know. So I'm like watching this, I'm like, man, this German translation, like the German lines, like, it's not like the lines are spoken and then, you know, you're reading the subtitles, especially in like the basement sequence is what I'm talking about. This is where all the jokes that I noticed that kind of shook me to the core. But they're speaking this language, and the subtitles are reading like Tarantino dialogue, but it's like tight and like, you know, very simple sentences and stuff like that. Like, really great writing. Thing is that the German translation, the German is very close to that. So not only did the dude write his Tarantino dialogue, but it is like the Tarantino dialogue was written first, obviously, then translated into German, and then made German, like made Germanic, like Hochdeutsch. And then they, like, you know, so they had basically, there were stages to get to the German that they speak, and then obviously the subtitles that they have. Like, when that SS, like, trooper lord is, like, talking to the dude where he's like, I know everything that happens in this place, but I don't know who you are, right? Like, and then they're trying to get out of it. Like, it's a very tense thing. There are jokes that Michael Fassbender's character, who is a British dude, he's actually Scottish, but he's playing a British officer who's a film connoisseur that is sent undercover to have a front with Bridget von Hammersmark to infiltrate the Nazi regime, blow them up, whatever. You guys have seen the movie. The thing is that like when that dude's speaking German, there are like 4 things he says about his where he came from that is from the actual textbook that I read. It might be in many, but it's like I don't think so because I've read other German textbooks as I did it in college as well. But like the textbook that I had and the tapes that my teacher we would play and then have like listening exercises for, it's like the jokes about meine Bruder sieht so gut aus, like stuff like that. Like it's my brother looks really good or he's really handsome, and like Pitz Palu is like an actual thing from a movie, but it's also in these textbooks. So I'm like, dude, the shock that rolled into me when I was like, damn, this guy, like, is his research so in depth that like, or the people that he surrounds himself so good, like the language people for this movie that were like trying to, you know, translate the Tarantino dialogue into the movie, are they so good that it went to like such an elementary functional level that they were able to go to like high school textbooks of Hochdeutsch, because my teacher was really weird. I could go into that. Hochdeutsch is what we were learning. It's not always taught in German classes. They might go more contemporary, and there's obviously many more books. But this dude that I had was one of the coolest dude that I've ever met in my entire life. Best teacher I've ever had, and like totally engaged and committed to his function, which was to teach us German, beyond other things. So it's like I'm watching Inglourious Basterds. I'm like, holy Lord, this guy has either himself or the people that he was working with gone like I would say even beyond above and beyond, if you could even say that, to just be able to facilitate a real dialogue and a real thing, to know it, to be able to write it well, right? So in regards to this Death Stranding, it's like Kojima did a bunch of stuff and he's making a game and he's working with all these cool people, but there's a phrase that is so prevalent in the logistical world, right? And like FedEx and UPS. Like I've even talked to like a girl that I dated in high school. Her sister works for like FedEx, and I've even talked to her about this, where it's like you still have the same phrase. It's like when you're in the hub, like loading a bunch of boxes and stuff like that, and that the whistle blows when it's like time to start the shift. Like you will just have the lifers or the dudes that are sorting or whatever be like, let's hump that freight. Like, let's hump that freight, which is a magical term because it's gross and totally from people that function in life, that have a job, that like do stuff. Not meaning that they're like more important than anybody else, but it's like it's so integral to life, right? It's so integral to the humanity of the thing. Like people do things all the time that they just whip out of their head and then becomes a colloquialism or like, you know, the terminology of the job. So this game is great, don't get me wrong, but I will say there is a massive element that is missing because nobody in this yet has been like, yo, let's hump this freight. If anybody cares to know what humping the freight means, if they can't get it from context, I'll gladly tell you, but you're going to have to ask me about it. But that's my story about I can detect the depth that Kojima could not have plunged, at least not in the American system. Like he maybe there's like some Japanese logistical shipping things that you know are in there, but I just don't know about it because I'm not part of that. But anyway, let's get those materials and build those roads. Give me the crystals. Dude, should I just take all of his metals too? Because why not? Why not? Give me your ceramics. Give me your ceramics. That's all of them? They're all in bits of 40? All right. The metals, let's do... The metals we'll keep there. It's fine. We'll keep the metals there because we might need them someday. At least we know the engineer is like straight up holding. Yes, God, the truck still holds it all. This truck is amazing. I'm toting like how many pounds? Only 320 kilograms? Like, dude, what? What orders you got, baby? No, the craft. Okay, I could take some machine oil. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna take that because. Oh, and there are more metals. Weather station can bite me. Jose's out there at the metal station. All right, let's do it because I'm just going that way. Let's hump that freight. Don't need it. Let's rip. Load it onto the vehicle. Thank you. Thank you, darling. Dude, we have all the ceramics that guy was... All the ceramics that were fit to dish. So let's build the roads and then continue with the game. I've been obsessed with building these roads. I promise, not that anybody gives a crap, but I promise, once these roads are built... Oh, maybe I should... Where's the generator? Ho! 3-wheel motion. Okay. Let's charge this bad bear up. Hey! That's mine. That's looking pretty gnar. I think we should repair it. It's looking beat, man. And this is mine. We can't have my stuff looking beat, dude. Let's repair the structure. Crystals? Oh, you want a lot of crystals, son. Alright. Alright, you look better. You look better. I just dump loaded a lot of crystals in that guy. And it's like, I ain't gonna use it. But, came in handy. Oh, hello. It's my bridge as well. Nobody likes my bridge. It's not in the best place, because you gotta use this bridge. So, listen, when I built that bridge, there were no other bridges, so it's not my fault. When I built that bridge, there was no other bridge. How was I to know that some gracious soul was going to build another bridge about 20 yards away? Couldn't have known. I was just doing the best of what I had. Yeah, so humping freight. God, what was I talking? I had another anecdote last time. Oh, yeah. Australians and homunculus. I'm going to give away all my good story goodies. If I keep streaming. I know it. My good story goodies. All the goodies. All those story goodies. Yeah, a little bit of agua. Because you got to stay hydrated. You can't be getting all dry. If anything is obvious about living in this world is that you can't get dry. Like, you always have to stay lubed up. Kids, stay lubed. Alright, what's this? Grab it. I don't care. Yeah, grab it. We'll Good Samaritan this thing. Ooh, I had those skelly legs were working. Those skelly legs were all working. Skeletron legs. Well, there's another crystals. I just dumped those crystals. Okay, wait, hold on. Yeah, I wonder, man. I wonder, dude. I wonder if they were brought on to help him with the story or what. You know what really bothers me actually about the somebody in the chat is talking about how like it was, you know, big written and directed by Kojima, but yeah, obviously like other people are working on it. I understand. Like the thing is that when you're the director though, you get all the credit for when it's good and you definitely take all the blame when it's bad. So that's the only reason that I was concising it down to like Kojima's research and everything else. It's his idea. He should be responsible for the depths that his people go. Whatever. I don't know. But man, yeah, I wonder if those dudes, like, what their input was on that thing. Because let's be honest, neither Refn nor Guillermo del Toro have worked a real job a day in their lives, which I'm very envious of because I wish I didn't have to hump freight for 5 hours a night and then, like, deliver pizzas after, like, 11 p.m. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wish I didn't have to do that. It was fun, I guess, but yeah. But, man, there's something about... he's got some Christies. There is something about Refn in the game that is it him? Is it him? Like, I don't know, actually. But they, like, changed his voice. I don't know if anybody's noticed that. If I don't know, 84, if you've 94, if you've played through this game and then, like, you noticed that was him, I think it's him. I can't be sure, and I haven't checked, actually. It's like they like changed his voice. I think his English is good. I think his voice is kind of all right. Like, did he pull his voice from the game, or were they like, we can't understand it and he's not available for like overdubs or something? Like, I don't know. It's a curious one. I would like to ask that question if I ever had the opportunity to interview one of these people. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Man, you know what? What's going to happen is that one day I'm going to go through these like broadcasts about this game, and I'm going to realize that I had a real axe to grind with Guillermo del Toro. Like, I like the guy. I like Memento. I think Chronos is cool. Devil's Backbone's groovy. Pan's Labyrinth is fine. It's not particularly amazing. I haven't seen The Shape of Water, but I also like do not care like one iota about the creature from the Black Lagoon like fucking a human. I don't care. I know it's about love or whatever and rain, but I don't come on, man. I don't care. The movies, they're all, dude, all of his movies. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't have an axe to grind with Guillermo del Toro. I'm just not a huge fan of his films because there's this like whimsical, childlike nature to them that I just detect. I like my weakness detector is just like flares out of control, and I'm like, I want to kill it. The second I detect weakness, I just want to destroy it. That's my problem. It's not Guillermo del Toro's problem. That dude's a millionaire making movies, doing what he loves. So power to him. I'm just some schmo. But boy, sometimes that stuff pisses me off. Yeah, dude, like, you're not ruining anything. I don't protect my like psyche from like, oh god, spoilers. Like, story's a story. I'm not scared of it, so I appreciate that. I have a feeling there is like a twist going. I've been saying this like every broadcast. Like, Sam is like either dead, going to die, in the throes of death, already dead, doesn't realize it, or Bridges is like this evil corporation. I mean, their insignia. I can't find it on the screen, but it's like a spider web. Like, dude, no hero has a spider web for their insignia, right? The only dudes that have spider webs are bad dudes, okay? But I think we know that. But yeah, so I hope I see more of Wendig Refn because I love that guy. I don't like the Neon Demon, but boy, do I love that guy. Like, Valhalla is like, I think about Valhalla. I dream about Valhalla. And just because of the images, like the story and the subtext are one thing, and you could probably have a fun time with it. But like, yeah, I like that dude a lot. But I find it, man, it's super weird that dude's voice is like different. When I saw his face and then he like rolls up into that robot screen, and I was like, "Hello, Sam." I was like, "That's not a Swedish Nordic accent. He's not Swedish." People should, yeah, he's not. I don't know where the dude's from. He's from Norway. He's from the northern land, dude. They're all groovy. Like all those guys rule. Like when they get lumped together, it's just because they got stroop waffles and stuff. Like they rule. They were smoking weed first. They were smoking legal weed first. Can we just talk about that? Like they were the dudes. Anyway, the guy rules. His movies rule. He's a good writer. He's a great film director. And I like hearing what he has to say. I like a little anecdote about Wendy Refn that I love is that he was in an interview and they're like, where did you get the idea for Valhalla? Or maybe it was Only God Forgives. And he was like, he's not an esoteric guy, even though he hung out with Jodorowsky for like a really long time and it dedicated Only God Forgives to him. But he's like, there was a story my mother told me when I was young. I don't even know if it's real. But there were these kids that were looking for something and they became astronauts and then found a cave on the moon and there was gold inside. And so then I wrote Valhalla and I was like, yeah, this dude is definitely somebody I want to hang out with because hell yes. Like give me the adventure all day, unabashedly. Like make it cool and abstract. I'm simple when it comes to that. I'm there. Dude, I'm buckled in. You need my butt in that seat for like anything even inspired by that. It could be for the if Guillermo del Toro was like, I got the idea for Shape of Water because my mother told me a story about these kids who grew up into astronauts who found a cave on the moon that was like full of gold, and then they had to like get it back. It's like I'm there, but unfortunately, that dude's inspired by like GI Joe dolls and not melting them like Panos Cosmatos. So if I had to pick between the two body double dudes, directors, Panos Cosmatos and Guillermo del Toro, it's Panos all day, every day. Panos, if you ever watch this or see this, baby, hire me to like clean your toilets. I'll do anything to work with you in any creative capacity. Cleaning toilets is not a creative capacity unless it's supporting you and what you want to do. Because guy rules, okay? That's it. I mean, we're talking about inspired people here. The inspiratu of the good stuff. Items used by old robot lovers? Excuse me? Old robot lovers? We're going to Mount Knot City, so we're taking them. Let's hope it fits in the old rig. Hope it fits on the old rig. Dude. Okay, alright, that's fine. I carry it on my back. It's cool. Can I still use the truck? This is the question. So have I hit limit? This truck is holding like a ridiculous amount of goodies. A ridiculous amount of goodies. Okay, so there's like a lion's pride, a murder of crows, a dozen eggs, a baker's dozen. When you have a ridiculous amount of cargo... Oh, God, that stupid fence, man. It's the second time I hit that fence. If you have a ridiculous amount of cargo, is there a word for that? Is there, like... I would like to make one up. I used to write under a pen name when I moved to the Bay Area, like 10 years ago, and I did this for like 3 years. Just to, like, dude, hustle cash on the side, because let me tell you, writing don't pay. And I'm also not very good at it. But I was writing dating advice for a rather well-respected blog magazine thing that's still in existence. But I had written, it was like the most proud moment when I, like, came up with all of these different names for, like, a collection of different age groups of men or women who were, like, horned up. And I'm too embarrassed to tell one meager detail about it, so let's just leave it at that. So I like making up fake accumulative nouns to describe, yeah. or nouns that are based in a cumulative sort of nature. What do you call a load that is just like payload, for example? This usually has to do with like an explosive or missiles, or to destroy a target in military terms. So what would a ridiculous amount of cargo be called? Oh, ridic. That's stupid. Don't listen to what I just said. That's stricken from the record. God, my stupid nose. Remember what I was just talking about? How like being dry, it's like a hair. About having like don't get dry. It's like, man, my mustache and nose is dry right now. TMI. What's up? Hold up. Yeah. No. What do you think a lot of writers on this takes will be thinking? Oh, all those people that were making takes about Kojima, they're probably dead. They probably starved. They probably just like, or they, something that I think is not fun to think about with people that like hate stuff that's good, or they kind of like, maybe they're just doing it for a paycheck or something like that, is that one day they're going to die, which is fantastic news for them, also for me. The other is that like, perhaps there is a chance that they'll just understand one day that what they said and did was stupid. Nobody really, I don't know. I'm not trying to get off on some tangent about, the problem with people these days, because I don't know if there's any problem at all. But it's like, yeah, you can learn, and it's embarrassing to like have done something so publicly and then learn later on they're like, that was really good, and I didn't really have the foresight to understand it or something. I gotta be honest, and maybe I have a real... Okay, I haven't written a video game or directed anything, right? Like, I have stuff that I've had to do for jobs and school or whatever, and I'm not really proud of any of it, right? So this is coming from a complete amateur standpoint. There are certain elements in his games, or basically like certain parts of scripts that are so drenched in cliche stupidity that I'm like, that shouldn't have gotten past your editors. Then again, dude's writing, he's Japanese, right? Like, he's writing, I don't know if he's writing it in Japanese first and then to English or what, or then he has somebody translate it. I have no idea how that works for him. I don't know what his process is, but yes, but yeah, sometimes like there's, for a character to be good, for example, this junk collector guy is like, he's like, my girlfriend's dead, and he's like screaming about it and stuff, and it's like, okay, what he's saying makes sense for like maybe even a real person, because people say some squeamishly cringy stuff and they just steamroll right over it. Like, they're not really thinking about it, and they're like, it's just how I feel, and unfortunately nobody has shame anymore, and they don't self-edit. So like, yeah, maybe it rings true that this guy's like, every fucking day, my wife, I think about her, and and it's like, that's the feeling of the dialogue, and it's like, some actors and people that are responsible for portraying this stuff, they can make it work, and that's like the sign of a real dude. But just because something is true, and this dude, everybody that fucking knows this, I don't even know why I'm saying it, just because something rings true does not mean it's good for entertainment. Does not mean it's good at all. So, should be cut. Because at the end of the day, it's a video game. And when you... Okay, here's the other point about that, though. Is like, when you have something that is weak or cliche, it's not bad because it's a cliche. It's not bad because it's weak, right? What's bad is that people notice it, and it pulls you out as an audience member, right? It's not very sincere. Like, you haven't put yourself in their shoes, or even in your own shoes, where it's like, dude, this is kind of corny or whatever, right? So that's my issue. Like, people are like, oh yeah, Kojima's gonna like direct a movie. because he can put together all this stuff and make like an amazing game. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Hopefully, I mean, directing, yeah, his visions are great. Like, you know, a video game's a different thing. You know, maybe I'm not thinking about this properly, but like the framing of the scenes are very, just because of the virtue of what they are, because, you know, your first person and your third person, whatever, the aspect ratio, whatever, like, it's kind of soap opera-esque. It's not so strong. So but he's got all this, you know, imagery and the setups and stuff, right? So that's where like the real directing comes. But I've never seen him direct anything other than like a video game sort of movie, and because of the restrictions of that, like, I'm not sure the dude could frame real people that well. He probably can. The dude's obviously a creative person that knows cool stuff. I'll also be honest, I've never been turned on, and not sexually, but like never been really interested in any of his visuals save for Metal Gear Solid 1. Like, again, the sets or backgrounds are like this in the video game, the settings and stuff, they look amazing. I don't know, it's not really what gives me the horn, you know? It's really stuff like this where I'm able to just like roll around a landscape. Like, that's what I love. Like, the tense moments he's able to create where it's like you have to say like, oh, quick, run and hide. Like, for me, that's what excels. I will say in this game especially that I haven't really had seen any of his other games are the shooting system that he's got is like awesome. There's this part where there's this flashback and you're in like a World War I trench, and then you eventually have to like start shooting these skeleton British World War II soldiers. And it feels really, man, when you got that assault rifle and that shotgun, it feels pretty good. And it's not like straight on, so it doesn't become a first-person shooter. Like, it's still like over the shoulder. It feels like Resident Evil 4 to me. And that shooting in that game felt really good, smooth and different. So I don't know, dude. Dunno. As you were talking about those people with those takes, they'll die one day, dude. Thank God they'll die one day. You know, that's all I have to say about that. They'll die one day, and hopefully they see the sign. And I'm not talking about Ace of Base. Dude, there's a really good movie that I'm going to recommend it to anybody that watches now or sees this in the future, called Spartan. And there's a moment where this guy's just been like shot in the chest after kind of botching this undercover job. And they're on this military frigate. They're on this military jet, like a paratrooper jet. And he's like, Val Kilmer, who's the main dude, is like sitting with him, and he's the CO. The kid is a guy that he saw from training camp and like had this interaction with him prior. And the kid's like, "I saw the sign, sir. I saw the sign," and the light's shining in from the dawn light that's shooting through this military jet's windows, and he's like, and the camera's like, you know, moving in on him. He's like, "Then you truly are blessed." He doesn't know that the kid's talking about a clue that he saw in the house where he botched the job or whatever. But so when I say they're going to die one day and hopefully they see the sign, that's what I mean. Hopefully they finally just get the clue that like, oh, there was something here, as opposed to, it's stupid because there's not representation. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Stop myself right there. I'm going to go build this road instead. But yeah, for whatever people's like, he's a hack writer. It doesn't make any sense. It's too bizarre. Like, I think people really like not Snake Eater. What was it? Metal Gear Solid, like the Phantom Pain. Oh my God, no! Oh, dude, wait, can I go? Can I load a most recent save? Yeah, let me do that. All right, cool. Is that today? 4:49. What time is it right now? Oh, what? Yeah, it was an autosave. Let's do it. Because I need that truck. I thought I could make the jump. Sorry, cheating. Don't care. Dude, also, like, I'll tell you, like, people are like, oh, Facebook, Twitter, they've ruined everything. You can just write something and then people just hate everything. And it's like, dude, here's the deal. People always hated everything, but, like, you had to go through, like, at least 24 hours of, like, printing and editing in, like, a magazine or something before you could, like, publish your hate. So you had to, like, double check your hate, right? You also had to, like, sit with your hate. Like, some of the turnover, as knowing people that have worked in this that you know, that sort of industry, as even myself, I haven't been like a cultural commentary or anything like that, but, like, having written stuff, it's like, dude, like, it's so fast. Like, you get something done like the same day and then you send it to the editor and they edit it and then it's like it's published, right? Or you have like your publishing schedule where it's like you knew it was coming and you're just like running through this stuff. So it's like, it's not Twitter and Facebook's fault. It's just the fact that, like, the internet allowed people to just publish stuff, and it's, you know, people are they're not bonehead, like, they are boneheaded. And so that just shines through now with everything, with these, like, hot takes about, like, Metal Gear Solid 2. Like, the internet was around. Like, there was Metal Gear Solid 2. What was that like? That was like when Pitchfork was, like, mad popular. That was like Web 2.0, like, just began and stuff. Let me claim these materials. Yeah, I want all the materials. Give me all your metals. And your ceramics, you jerk. So if that's the case, I need to do that shit again. Can't believe my truck exploded. Ant samples? God, why did I have ant samples? Do I have to... I do. I have to go to the engineer. The engineer. Oh, I already went, didn't I? La la la. Or I've got him on my truck right now, probably. That's probably what's going on. Okay, let's see. Let's see what orders I've got. Happening materials. Oh, beautiful, wonderful. That's where I was going. So, yeah, I'm ready to rip, dude. It was really only a minor setback. Let me actually check that engineer again. Let me check the engineer because, yeah, I took all the ceramics. Cool. All right. Oh, I took his ceramics. I don't know, man. Dano 894. Is it 94? My eyes are like getting stupid. I mean, do you think Kojima is an amazing writer? And do you think the dude could make movies? Because apparently that's like gonna happen next. Like he's gonna. I don't know. I don't know all about it, but. All right, let me ride this road here, dude. I'll read what you wrote. Probably should put like something closer. Yeah. So to know, dude, the reasons why people dislike stuff now when it becomes like, well, they're too masculine or too white or too, then the opposite of like, it's too diverse, I'm threatened by female Ghostbusters. Like, it's so paper thin. It's so trite. It's like they may as well have not said anything at all, because nobody sits down and decides that they're going to make something hyper masculine, but like mean it, like where it's like, yeah, F everything else. And even if they did, it's their prerogative. Like, people, unfortunately, they get to do and make and say whatever they like. And if people find a way to people are threatened by somebody's intentions, like, yeah, I don't know what to do there. Like, you're gonna force them not to say stuff? It's like, I hate sounding like some sort of I'm like the farthest thing from like any sort of conservative a-hole. But it's like, man, where do you stop, right? Like, you should never be able to harm, like, you can't harm people, right? And you can't block people. You gotta get, I don't know, dude. I've complicated views on this. They're not fun, happy times. And I think that, I'm not threatened by competition, right? If you have to elbow your way into a place, it's like, dude, you got to elbow your way into a place. Like, that's just it. Because the only question at the end of the day is, do you want to be there? Do you want to be there? It's like, I'm not saying you can only change the system from the inside out. That is not what I'm saying. In fact, I'm saying, if you don't like that system, dude, turn your back and begin the new road, right? Like, another film, Apocalypto, is one where this I think is inadvertently exhibited, but maybe that's what this is about. Like, in the beginning of that movie, if you've not seen Apocalypto, it's an amazing movie about, like, a fake movie. All movies are fake, but it's a fake story about this small village in the Amazon during, like, the decay of the Mayan civilization, or maybe just right before it, right? So, but this kid, his entire village gets abducted or killed. His father's got his throat slit right in front of him, and right before he dies, he's like, my son, like, instead of like cowering and hoping, like, I hope they don't find out who I am, because his cover's blown, he's like, my son, he's like, don't be afraid, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I love you, and this is not the end, sort of deal, right? Which is fantastic, because it's just sheer bravery. Like, this guy doesn't know what happens. Like, you're talking about reincarnation. It's like, we don't know what the heck happens. And thank God we don't, because how little fun that would be if we did. I also don't yearn for an answer like I guess everybody else does. But this whole thing, this kid is like, his family's like gets abducted, or his family's like trapped in a cave, but his friends are like killed. His friends are imprisoned with him. They're decaying in front of him. Like, one dude gets he's like gut stabbed, and he's basically just like dying while he's like handcuffed to this it's like this piece of wood that all these other dudes are connected with. And like, he's just like, his existence gone from like joking and hunting and trying to like figure out like what it is to be a man or to be a part of this like community or whatever. And then he's just confronted with like horror after like whimsically hateful horror. So like everything that he experiences, like he doesn't have to experience it. Like, he's trapped, and the nature of the world, the nature of progress, or the nature of these of a concentration of people has taken over. And so, at one point when he finally breaks loose and then falls into this mass grave where he's just seeing, like, no matter what tribe you're from, like, the people in these giant concentration, these cities that are just concentrated full of people, it's like, you'll just be killed and thrown to the side, so much as refuse and garbage. It doesn't matter. So he's running, and for some reason he's still, despite it all, he's like trying to make it back to his family, like, despite seeing this wicked world that happens if you step outside of like your comfort zone or the jungle or whatever, right? And he gets to the edge of the continent for the most part, escaping with his wife and his family, and then all of a sudden there are these fucking aliens that are these Europeans that he doesn't know what they are, landing in a boat. And, oh, whoops. And they're like, what do we do? And he's like, baby. He doesn't say baby, but he's like, we go to the forest for a new beginning, right? So you brave the natural order to just hopefully have something new. Who knows if that's going to happen? He doesn't know what's going to happen. Like, he just knows there's demons everywhere, right? It doesn't stop him. He doesn't like, just, you know, he doesn't stop, basically. So, I'm losing my train of thought here, but relating back to that idea where it's like people are getting so upset about all this stuff, calling names, this is that, like, I don't like that you're a white male doing something, or the opposite, like a Republican being like, I don't want to see all these female Ghostbusters. It's a man's job. I don't know, man. These people they're irrelevant for me, at least. I'm lucky to be able to say that. Okay, whatever that privilege thing is. But it's like, dude, if you're threatened by somebody else's intent, you're going to be threatened for the rest of your life. It's never going to get better unless you just turn your back on this thing and make your own deal. Look for a new beginning, right? And that doesn't mean that it's going to be a change that you see in your life. I don't know why I'm giving like these weird anecdotal things over fucking Twitch, but that's as simple as I can think about it. It seems that that's the only way. And at that point, it is pretty it doesn't have to be bleak, but it's basically just like, dude, put up or shut up, you know, take a dump or get off the commode thing. And the only question you have after that is, do you love it? You know, Stanley Kubrick is the dude that people would be like, Stanley, you're so mean. I can't believe you're doing this or making me do that, or you're inflicting trauma on this actress, Shelley Duvall, or, you know, you're such a monster because you won't capitulate to like what I want you to do. Or, I mean, dude, ad nauseum, whatever you want to say, that's fine. But the dude would just like look at them and be like, hey, do you love it? There's the film worker, the documentary about Leo Vitale, his basically his personal assistant from Barry Lyndon and then on. Like, man, he tells these stories like that where you're just like, dude, that's the only question that you could really ask sincerely. It's the only question you could ask sincerely ever. So I just think about this all the time when people are just like, they BS about somebody's ability, or, you know, they get mad like you're positing that, you know, Snake's masculinity is a problem and that's why it sucks and he's a hack writer because he's going with tropes, and it's like, we've seen this character a million times or whatever, dude. It's like, it's not an accident that people want to admire people that are stronger than them, and not because they're masculine, but just because they're able to do something in an imaginary world. Like, that's another thing. It's an imaginary world. It's a representation. Like, get a grip, you know? Like, you're not, like, you could watch disgusting things all day long, and it may like shift your sensibilities to some deranged way, but you still have a choice. There's still agency, baby. Like, you might rehearse as much as possible, but there's something also in psychology called spontaneous recovery, where no matter how rehearsed you are in a certain behavior, all of a sudden an old behavior or even an old belief structure will just pop up. And I take it personally, this is my personal opinion, I take that as, you know, you finally had the gumption to make a choice and just to reflect on that behavior that you've been just committing over and over and over again. Like, you're not trapped, right? You're not a slave. You're not weak either. So that whole masculinity thing is like, and whatever the opposite of it is, they're just kind of irrelevant. They're irrelevant because they're weak, and they want you to be weak, and they want you to think that you can't decide for yourself. I have a real big problem with that stuff. It makes me real sad when I think about it. And when I read like a 2,000 word, like just a little like essay about it, it's like this stuff is grievous, right? It is serious. It's grave. You know, like the sexual harassment in Hollywood, or, you know, like women not getting paid enough. It's like, This stuff is serious, and I don't think we should just listen to some expert about it. I think we all think we I don't know. I think we can decide for ourselves, and that's dangerous. Certainly is dangerous. Human beings are dangerous. Their thoughts are dangerous. Their whims are dangerous. But it's also the reason that everything exists, because somebody was willing to take a chance and refuse. So, I don't know. That's what I think about that. Oh no, I've said it all. I probably said some stupid stuff too. I'm riffing while playing a video game, man. I'm trying to build roads. Just trying to build roads. Yeah, the world's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, being alive is like difficult. And yeah, I do mean like, you know, it's like we're not toiling in the sapphire mines of Tunisia or anything like that. Like, that's real life. You know what I mean? Like you want to know about real life? Like, just think about like weird shit going down in like Sri Lanka. Like, that's real life, right? And we're sitting here talking about like this guy calls me a thing that I don't want to be called. It's like, it doesn't mean it's not serious, because it is, but it's like it's also time for some perspective. I guess that's the other thing. Like, dude, just get some perspective. It doesn't demean anything. It's just like that whole weird fake critical analysis angle is just like the most repulsive thing to me, and maybe I've got a lot to learn. I don't know. And it ain't for lack of trying, because I definitely have tried to read intersectionality sort of like things. And it's no different than the psychobabble from 1964 to 1967 to 1969, where people would assert these platitudes because they're trying to make change or something. Yeah, baby. Go to the store, enjoy yourself. Thanks for stopping by, dude. You rule. Wait. I thought I had my stuff. I thought I had my orders. Wait, what time is it? It's 5:30? Okay. Don't worry about that one long. Wait. I'm very confused here, dude. We built Mountain Nuts. Is that Mountain Nut City? Oh, I gotta go all the way back. I gotta ride my sweet road all the way back. Is there an auto paver someplace? Like another one? Auto paver. Yeah, there's an auto paver there. Let's continue to build the roads, dude. Because I love those roads. I love building roads. I'm going to use these materials, build these roads, and then continue with the game. Man, I cannot believe I just went off on that stupid tangent. Somebody shut me up. Like, take this microphone away. I should just talk about, like... I don't know. Just something, like... A professional should be talking about those things. I don't know jack about that stuff. And I definitely am not a Larry the Cable Guy. Just using my sensibilities. My good old-fashioned country know-how. Bullshit. Dude, just straight hogwash. The only question I ever ask is, what are they selling? And I'm selling t-shirts, hats, jackets, shorts, sweatpants, socks. SkeletonTrashBag.com. See you there. God, that's funny. I really like having fun. Yeah! Oh my God, another road? You gotta be out your mind. Got to be out your mind. Build that road, son. Fwam. Yeah, connect it. Get those big old honking bridges, semis. Dude, I still have like a lot of material, so I'm just gonna like dump them into the next auto paver. Call it a dang day. Auto paver. Just relax. We got okay. Nobody has dumped into this one, man. It was like I couldn't believe I was showing up to like auto pavers where like folks had straight up like dumped resources into them. That was a phenomenon that I'm not used to. Oh my God, my crystals are gone. Used all my crystals. My Christies. Yup. Add the materials, baby. We got away. Alright. Ceramics. Yeah. Use it all. Dump it. Dump it. Alright. I still got a ton of metals. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Dump some metals up into this mother. Dude, metal, dude. Love metal, dude. Love it. Yeah, I'm sure. Dump it. Someone will appreciate it when they roll up. Like, I don't know how that works. I don't know, like, how they weighted that algorithm where it's like, obviously, if, like, the hundreds of thousands of people playing this game, like, we're not all working together. Like, it makes it a little bit easier. It's like, okay, so-and-so has dumped this much material, so we'll take a percentage and apply it to these other games as, like, a NPC element or something, I assume. All same. I guess I just can't quit the idea. It's like having roads in a game like this is like yeah, chiral network fine, but it's like if you have roads to travel on, dude. I steadfastly retain the belief that like the only reason that economies dip or go bad or have a hard time for the most part is when getting around is difficult. Like, so America's just shoots itself in the foot over and over and over again because you have to like buy a car and get insurance. And like, I guess there are other microeconomies that arise from that, but dude, if you make it easy for people to go places, let me tell you, they're gonna go eat food there, buy clothes, that's job creation. They're just gonna spend their money. I mean, rich schmucks won't. Because they're like, I can't do that. I need to ride my BMW. But even then, you get more people off like the road. It's like then all of a sudden the freeways aren't backed up. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I love big American cities like LA. Those wide roads. Those like 8-lane highways or whatever. Like, yeah, it's cool. But man, can you imagine it like taking like what? an hour by train, like high, like maglev bullet train from like San Francisco to LA. Holy Lord. Go to LA for an afternoon. Go to San Francisco if you're from LA for an afternoon. Like, man, come on. Like, that literally is just like going someplace to spend money for an afternoon. So, what do I do in this game? I try to make getting around as easy as possible. It's like, all of a sudden you can't get robbed in the back alleys of Death Stranding because you're like, I'm on a road, dude. I'm like going someplace. And it's safe. It's safer. There's like a path been laid down before me that I can travel that I know is probably okay. Oh, there's an auto paver. Well, let me dump some metals into here. I'm out of Cairo crystals. And the lot. Don't tell me all I need is ceramics. And it looks like a majority of what I need is ceramics, and that is a majority of what I don't have. Yeah. Yeah, I just need 50 metals. Dude. Oh. Yeah, I know the truck's battery is getting low, man. Just chill. I ain't scared. Get that three-wheel motion. That's how unscared I am. I hit that three-wheel motion and take a sip of the potion. Ice cube forever. Eternal. Cube.
Gotta charge us.
Well, I don't necessarily have to charge her soon because I've got battery power here. And it doesn't cost me anything while I'm on the grid. Again, another pro of the road. Roads are everything. My AP European history has taught me well. Roads are everything. What's the first thing you do in a war? You bust up their roads. You break their supply lines. First rule of combat on a national scale, or a continental scale. Bust the roads up. Durr.
If anyone's watching.
I wonder not, Samuel. Man, it's gonna be weird because the guy's gonna be like, "Hey, man, why is all the cargo busted up?" It's like, I took a pretty hard fall jumping off a roadway. I'm getting a full charge, dude. All right, let's rip. Let's rip. Wait, did he say touchdown? Because hell yeah. Touchdown. Mountain Knot City. High performance underwear.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying icon. Keeping us clear.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
My cargo is bona fide. I got bona fide cargo. Bona fide cargo. Man, it's gonna be busted.
Thanks for dropping. Just look.
All right. He's happy. Oh, okay, 1% damage. Yes. Yahoo. Just give me all the ceramics you can muster, dude. That's all I want. Just trying to build those roads. Let's call me the road dog.
Guess I'll be seeing you around then.
Yeah, I want to see you deliver some stuff, baby.
Good work.
Maybe I should manage you.
You're available.
Because I'm the hero or whatever. I'm the legend. Yeah. Death Stranding. Days of Death Stranding. What is this? Delivery food enriched with extracts from fish found in BT areas. Yeah, that's cool. I built all those roads, dude. I feel good about that. I love building roads. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop. I'm like obsessed. I just want to build more roads, in fact. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to bid everyone adieu. I will see you tomorrow evening. Smooch. Peace.